All right, if I'm completely honest, I'm actually really sick of even reporting on Nintendo. But after reading some of the comments that I've gotten even on this little channel, and some of the comments I've seen on larger channels, and now the sentiment of Doug Bowser, I made a video about it. I know I'm a little day late to this, but I mean, so Doug Bowser did a interview, I think it was 2 days ago or something like that, in Canada. And one of the things that he says in an interview with Canada CBC, Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser said that the company recognizes there are some people that may not be able to afford Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be part of these characters in these worlds, and see value. This is the thing. They're trying to push value. And you know, the craziest part, I mean, I've been in sales. Majority of my career was sales. You're not supposed to tell the customer that there's value there. They're supposed to already know that there's value there. If you have to tell somebody that value is there, is the value there? It's one of those things. If you're trying to sell it this hard, is there value there? I'm seeing it in the comments section. You know, if you're broke, or you're stop being so broke, and all these people are broke because they don't want to spend blah 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 on a system. So this is a lot of people, probably dudes in their mother's basement, don't have rent, don't have anything, don't have kids, don't have all that, and they're going to come in the comment section and defend themselves. Yeah, I've got 32 kids and blah blah blah, whatever. If you have a family, $449, if you've got multiple kids, especially with a system like the Switch, like a PlayStation 5, if you've got a main television room, or like a dedicated family room or something like that, the PlayStation 5 is probably going to live there. If you have a Switch, it's like a portable thing. It's like back in the 3DS days. Like almost everybody in the household had a 3DS that wanted a 3DS. It's kind of the same with the Switch for whatever reason. So you're going to have multiple systems in the house. I mean, it gets expensive. It's ridiculous. On top of the fact that most people want to have an outside life. You know what I mean? Like, this detracts from your outside. Like people like going on vacations and doing all this other thing. They're not like. So here's another example that I have. Back in the day, I used to like to sell CRT TVs on eBay. And one of the best ways to get CRT TVs is to go on like a website like Neighborhood. I think it's called neighborhood.com or something like that. And I used to do this all the time. And I knew a lot of, because I worked at the post office, so I could kind of finagle my way into getting neighborhood.com accounts in different areas, because you're only supposed to get it in your zip code. And one of the things that I noticed is when I would go into very wealthy neighborhoods, they would have the oldest systems and stuff like that they were. All I would write was, have any old electronics that you don't need anymore? Let me come pick them up for you for free. And they would, the wealthy people would be very interested in what I was doing with them, and I would tell them, well, I'm going to rehab this and sell it, and they were all for it. But they would have the oldest systems, the oldest computers, the oldest TVs, the oldest everything. It was just sitting there collecting dust. Because why? Because they have lives. They go out and do things. Then when I would go into the or middle class, lower middle class, mid class to lower class, that's where you find the latest and greatest electronics, because they're trying to ignore their existence. So I think you are looking at that person, you know, those people, and that middle class, like middle class and under. And so this is a tough sell, because if they've got multiple kids, they're going to want one apiece. Anyways, enough of that. But this one really irritated the hell out of me. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's Nintendo Switch 2 edition won't include the DLC. Now, not only are they charging you $10 more for the game, for the Switch 2, than it costed when it came out, they're also not giving you the DLC. And it's shocking to me how many Nintendo fanboys are coming on to different people who are reporting about this and saying, well, of course it doesn't come with that. What resell has not had DLC added to it ever in the history of reselling games? Ever. I don't understand what wool has been pulled over Nintendo fanboys' eyes. I have no idea what they have put in your water. I have no idea. Or maybe you're just trolls and you're not actually doing any of this stuff and you just want to come on the internet from mommy's basement and I don't know what you're trying to do, actually. It's just like, yeah, rake me over the coals, like, abuse me as much as possible, Nintendo. I love it. I don't know what you're getting out of this. No one cares, about you. It just, what is your thing? Like, why do you want to pay more? I guess they're talking about they're going to charge for the DLC. Like, you already paid for the DLC. It should be on the game. Watching this whole thing has just been nothing short of amazing to watch these people come out. And maybe they are all just trolls. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just making it up. I don't know. Maybe they just get off on that. I have no idea. This wild, wild west of the internet is very confusing. And that is my video. Probably not the best video in the world, but very confused video because it's just like, why? What happened to Nintendo? They saw that they sold 150 million units, and now they just don't care. They just don't care. They're, and I think they also use this whole tariff thing to try to come in as heroes. Like, if there was going to be huge tariffs, they're going to, they wanted to look like heroes in this whole thing because they're trying to create this, they created such a nightmare mess of this whole launch of Switch 2. We'll see what happens next Wednesday when they announce 32 DLC coming for Mario Kart World, and each one's $10, and you're gonna pay it anyways. Sucks to be you. I don't know, but again, they have to have some of these people who just don't care that they're being raked over the coals. They clearly do. That last Pokemon was so broken, and people bought like 10, 12 million copies of it. It's like, it's like they don't even have to care. They don't even have. Did they even patch that? Oh man! At least Bethesda has modders. You're not allowed to mod Nintendo games. Oh man! Again, if my Switch, the one behind me here, had the orange screen of death and it was permanent, I'd probably buy a Switch 2. I'll probably eventually buy a Switch 2. I don't know. It really depends. That is the video. It's just so disgusting to me, really. That DLC, they're not going to include. They're going to charge you again for the DLC. Wow. Anyway, talk to you in the next one. Peace.